Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the modern physics. In modern physics we can see the Heisenberg's principle, its applications and detail about it. Then first one is the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. The Heisenberg's uncertainty principle states that for the particle with the dual nature of particles and wave nature, it will not be possible to accurately determine both the position and velocity at the same time. Means we cannot determine the position and velocity at the same time of electrons present in atoms. This is the principle. The Werner Heisenberg, who proposed this principle in the year 1927. This principle basically highlights that simultaneous measurement of position and the velocity of momentum of microscopic matter waves will have an error such that the product of the error is measurement of position and momentum is equal to or more than an integral multiple of a constant. Now the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle formula. If the del x, consider the del x is the error in a position measurement and del p is the error in the measurement of momentum, means del p is denoted the error in momentum and del x is the error in a measurement of position. So that the del x into del p is greater than or equal to h upon 4 pi. The momentum p is equal to mv. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle formula can be alternatively written as the del x into del mv is greater than or equal to h upon 4 pi, or the del x into del m into del v is greater than or equal to h upon 4 pi, where the del v is the error in the measurement of velocity and the assuming mass remaining constant during the experiment. So, the del x into del v is greater than or equal to h divided by 4 pi m. Accurate measurement of position or the momentum automatically indicate the larger uncertainty, means error in the measurement of other quantity. Applying the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle to an electron in an orbit of an atom with h is the Planck's constant, is equal to 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second, and m is equal to 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. So, the del x into del v is greater than, the value of this one is 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 divided by 4 into 3.14 into 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31. If the position of electron is measured accurately to its size 10 to the power minus 10 meter, then the error in the measurement of its velocity will be equal or larger than 10 to the power 6 meter or the 1000 kilometer. The Heisenberg's principle applies to only dual natured microscopic particles and not to the macroscopic particles whose wave nature is very small. Explaining the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle with an example. The electromagnetic radiations and microscopic matter wave exhibit a dual nature of mass per momentum and wave characters. The position and velocity per momentum of the microscopic matter waves can be determined accurately. Simultaneously, for example, the location and the speed of moving car can be determined at the same time with minimum error, but in an electron in an atom has a mass of 9.91 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. The naked eyes will not see such a small particle. A powerful light may collide with the electron and illuminate it. The illumination helps in identifying and measuring the position of the electron. The collision of powerful light source, while helping in identification, increase the momentum of the electron, and it make it move away from the initial position. Thus, when fixing the position, the velocity per momentum of the particle would have changed from the original value. Hence, when the position is exact, the error occur in the measurement of velocity or momentum. In same way, the measurement of momentum accurately will change the position. Hence, at any point in time, either position or momentum can only be measured accurately. Simultaneously, the measurement of both of them will have an error in both position and momentum. The Heisenbergs quantified the error in the measurement of both position and momentum at the experiment. The experimental illustration of uncertainty principle is shown in the figure. In a single slit diffraction, we see there are the single slit which having a small opening through which the moving electrons are pass out, which is denoted by P suffix x. Then whenever it pass through, then the momentum of uncertainty in y component means it get spread on the screen. Then we can calculate the fringes, the first fringe, middle one and the last one. To see the more clearly in the nature of uncertainty, we consider the electron passing through the slit. We apply the condition of minima from single slit diffraction. The omega sin theta is equal to n lambda, and the position of lambda is the de Broglie's wavelength, so that the sin theta is equal to lambda by omega. So, for the small theta, sin theta is equivalent to tan theta. So, the formula becomes tan theta is equal to del py divided by px is equal to del py divided by h by lambda. So, the final formula is del py divided by h by lambda is equal to h omega. Since the electron can pass the slit through anywhere over the width w, mean that screen having the width omega, the uncertainty in the y position of the electron is del y is equal to omega. Now, which is in agreement with the uncertainty principle, if we try to improve accuracy of the position by decreasing the width of the slit, the diffraction pattern will be wider. This means that the uncertainty in momentum will increase. Means if we calculate the uncertainty in position, then the uncertainty of momentum will increase. The uncertainty principle is applied to all the material particles, from electron to large bodies occurring in a mechanism. In case of a large body, however, the uncertainty and negligibly small compared to the ordinary experimental errors. Derivation of the Schrodinger wave equation. The next derivation is the Schrodinger wave equation. The time dependent Schrodinger wave equation. There are the two equations. First one is the time dependent and second one is the time independent. Now we see the first one, time dependent Schrodinger wave equation. In the discussion of the particle in the infinite potential well, it was observed that the wave function of the particle of fixed energy E could most naturally be written as the linear combination of the wave function in the form of psi of xt is equal to ae raised to I in bracket kx minus omega t, representing the wave travelling in the position x direction and the corresponding wave travelling in the opposite direction. So, the giving rise to a standing wave, this being necessary in order to satisfy the boundary conditions. This correspond eventually to our classical notation of the particle bouncing back and forth between the wall of the potential well, which suggests that we adopt the wave function absorb as being the approximate or the appropriate wave function. Consider the complex plane wave. This is the plane wave equation. Psi of xt is equal to ae raised to I in bracket kx minus omega t. Now the Hamiltonian of the system is h is equal to t plus v, where the v is the potential of the energy and t is the kinetic energy. As we already know that the h is the total energy, we can rewrite that equation again. E is equal to p square divided by 2m plus v of x. Now taking the derivation of above equation. Now the del psi upon del t is equal to minus I omega a e raised to I in bracket kx minus omega t is equal to minus I omega psi of xt. So that final derivation, the del square psi divided by del x square is equal to minus k square a e raised to I in bracket kx minus omega t is equal to minus k square psi of xt. We know that the p is equal to 2 pi h divided by lambda and k is equal to 2 pi by lambda, where the lambda is the wavelength and the k is the wave number. K is equal to rho by h. Therefore, the del square psi upon del x square is equal to minus rho square h square psi of xt. Now multiplying the psi of xt to the Hamiltonian we get, so that the formula we giving the E psi of xt is equal to rho square 2m psi of xt plus v bracket of v of x into psi of xt. So in above expression we can written as the E psi of xt is equal to minus s square 2m del square psi divided by del x square plus v of x psi into psi of xt. We already know that the energy wave of the matter is written like E is equal to hw. So we can say that the E psi of xt is equal to h omega divided by minus I omega into psi of xt. Now combining the right parts, we can get the Schrodinger wave equation. This is the final equation. IH into del psi divided by del t is equal to minus s square 2m into del square psi divided by del x square plus v of x into psi of xt. This was the derivation of the Schrodinger wave equation, is the time dependent Schrodinger wave equation. Hope so you understand the Heisenberg's principle and Schrodinger wave equation. Thank you.